and ready for the team. They needed more time to get used to their opponents, and once they did, we saw what happened, excuse me. But yeah, so I do feel like there's going to be kind of a shift here for the Mongols. This seems to be more of the home map for them. They didn't get to play it against YK because of, you know, either permaban or because of the fact that they know it's a map that they like to play. Very, very early YK, you know, they have a bit more info, so I feel like it is one of the maps that they ban out. So we'll see here. The key thing, we talked about this, the key thing is the fact that you are starting off on that T side. You have to have, you know, I guess you have to have a lot of confidence in this T side. Lan gonna look to open us up here, and he will. God damn. That is a big frag, and Bingo covers his escape. Beautiful little setup here. One of the key things, they drop Magnums. They've also dropped another player, so 5v3 is big, but they've also lost a lot of utility with Magnums falling without throwing any of that. Goodness me, Yami with a quick return frag, however, so we'll see. It looks like it's not quite over just yet.
Yeah, they're going to be somewhat cautious here as to not throw kills away and throw that advantage away. Longer range, though, against the Glocks, it seems like they're pretty confident in just taking these fights, especially after how that previous map went down. As you can see, they don't want to give any space at all to the Mongols. That's going to be a quick clean-up there. Child King with a couple to end it, and, well, it's only Martin who didn't actually get a chance to participate, unfortunately, when he got domed in towards middle. Looks like they're going relatively safe, yeah. 3 rifles. Lan, I think, swapped with Gas. That's interesting. He bought the M4 and then gave it over to Gas. I guess based on where he's playing and just to ensure that he has a rifle as well as full nades. Just interesting little bit of teamwork.
Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps.
Oh, that nade should do some good damage. Bit too deep, but it still does something towards machine gun. He's their only rifle player as well, so that actually will help quite a bit.
Move there. Martin going to take the first face and gets his head ripped off. That B bomb site now super vulnerable. Tag on to Bingo. I mean, yeah, even getting one there is fair play. Has dropped the bomb. That's going to buy a lot of time, and of course this push through the smoke from the CTs has actually earned them a man advantage. It really wasn't looking good for a second there. Very apprehensive to go for the bomb plant as well. Gas spotting the player out. Lance going to help him out. They've not even got the bomb down yet. So a good recovery there from Wings Up. It looked like it could go south for them, but they do manage to recover it back. Pretty important, these, you know, pistol rounds we've seen for all the teams today. Super important getting those conversions, and yeah, close games, right? So it really does matter.
Yeah, don't want to be letting anything slip that you don't have to. Work with her, of course, to try and get some damage done at the very least. That's going to be the hope. Get a little machine gun. Need a couple kills really to make it worthwhile, because he's going to be left with a mismatched economy going into this next round with everyone else. So at the very least actually do some considerable damage. A little bit risky to just straight up take that fight. I know it's only against Eagles and such, but you know what damage the D can do. But it doesn't really seem like they're having much trouble at all. Pushed in on mid, they just want to get right up in their faces. Okay, it does give Yami a chance to get a couple trades on the dig. Tries to see if he can get more towards mid, and that's when he's eventually going to find his end. 3-0. 2 players going down. I mean, it's not the cleanest of rounds for Wings Up, but they keep the bare minimum alive. They'll get the drops in. They'll have a bit of money left over as well, but it's not tons in the reserve, so it's not really a bonus round by any means. So there is a chance for the Mongols, if they can pick up this open and gun round, to get something going, to hopefully start building off the back of it.
Alright. See, long rush coming through here. Gas going to try and get across, but he doesn't have the spawn. Will go down. Big early frag, isn't it? Lan will find a player on the edge of the smoke, though. Maybe getting slightly overzealous is Yami. Really important return frag, actually. We'll see what the move is. Love this as well. Look at your mini-map. Martin and Bingo will push through. So very quickly, Mongols have got to do something here as they are losing ground.
So, finding out that there's no one around short anyway. Should confirm where the Mongols players are at, considering they have that lower tunnels present. Have to see. I was going to say, will they really have the numbers there, because they were still keeping Bingo towards mid, but he'll be ready to rotate quickly as soon as needed. Child King holding a smoke he can drop to just make it harder for them to push up the ramp once they do start advancing. Lan, of course, playing for the contact, and, well, the flash, it's going to be a little bit too late, unfortunately. It actually works completely against them. And a spam through the smoke puts an end to Lan as well. This is going to be a quick cleanup from the Mongols. This is what they needed, a convincing open and gun round. But it was a strange approach from Wings Up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just sort of stuck for ideas. I think they got the info, they got the space, and then they didn't really have a game plan from there on in. Where do we go? What do we do with that? So, pretty rough. Martin will get himself a kill and net himself an AK as well to get out with her. So, pretty good. Like you say, that first round for Mongols needed. You know, don't want to let Wings Up do to them what they did on Nuke. So we'll see. We'll see. It's a pretty tough early stage if they let that round slip away. So I think Mongols happy with that. Happy to take a lot of money away as well. As you can see, we're actually going to see the eco come in. Right, no loss bonus. Not enough money built up. Can't go for the buy. So pretty important round for Mongols, and really could let them close the gap here.
Yeah, they should be allowed to. There is an AK and some pistols, so I mean, I'm not going to say that Wings Up can't get something done here, but on paper the Mongols should have this for themselves. Then you've got, obviously, Lan, who's invested a bit too much, so even if they go for the buy in the next round, Wings Up will have at least one player on a weaker weapon. So it's a good opportunity. Not sure if they spotted that aggression in towards long. I'm guessing he didn't spot the run across the door, but that's just obviously an attempt to try and bait someone in. I don't think they're really going to fall for it, though. Looks like the focus is going to be elsewhere anyway, although it might now be somewhat known. At the very least, they're going to have a chance for that quick long flank to come in. So we'll see how quick they get moving now. It's a heavy B-stack, though. They've got the read on this.
Yeah, this could be deadly. AK in a good spot. Pistols ready to play off of it. Full belts of utility here, and they're going to go straight through. Contact flash, ineffective. Martin good for one. Going to need a bit more. There's Bingo drawing their play. I don't think that the full comms are there. They will manage to deal. Child King was up next to bat, but couldn't get it done. Lan. Behind pretty quickly, you have to say, but he's got 3 to find, and the bomb's going to go down. He doesn't fancy his chances. And, I hadn't noticed this team, but it looks like he misspent into this round. So everyone else was on a save, and he's got no money, so I think he's just going to hold this armor that he has and take it forward.
Yeah, no, I was saying that it was definitely going to leave them in a bit of an awkward spot. Considering it's only a 5.7 and body armor, though, if he didn't buy nades, he might have just been on a double eco.
Yeah, I think that was probably, he like autopiloted, right?
Yeah.
Pretty common thing for players to do before you even get the words out or whatever. He sees that we don't have a lot of money, I assume.
Like in a weapon.
Then in the last second, he's going to go for it. Okay. Alright.
That was a bit weird. Yeah, he only got 1900 there, so he did get 1400 in the round before, so it was pretty likely he just didn't have any money at all, so he just bought anyway because he wouldn't be buying with them now either way. But yeah, I mean, would probably rather have like a scout and maybe some nades, or like an SMG and some nades, rather than the deagle and body armor now with some nades. Similar enough though, I suppose. And
it's all getting a bit strange. I think he was dropped that deagle, because I'm pretty sure he had a 5.7 in his hands, and then he's... I don't know, mate. I don't know. Well, if you look, he's only got chest armor. And he had a full belt.
He wouldn't have afforded it all, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been possible, so definitely did get... sorry, did get it dropped over. Makes sense if someone else had it going spear. Take his 5-7 in return. It's a slower round though from the Mongols. Not moving quick towards that long control. They just put a bit of pressure on in those initial moments. And in general, have already got the CTs working with very little utility. Lan loves this long aggression though. Oh, that's rough.
Oof. For sure.
Just trying to put Lan off.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay. He's really playing with fire on this one. Really playing with fire. Mongol's in a really good spot, right? Like, look at the utility that's left for Wings Up. They've got hardly anything. Child King has just managed to creep in towards the short play, but, you know, can't go any further than that. He's hoping they would charge through it or look around it, but not the case, and now he finds himself up the old creek. Mid to B smoke, at least one of them. 30 seconds. A late short smoke coming in from the CT side. Child King, the first line of defense. He might as well commit. Bingo straight out Martin. Oh, machine gun with a big frag. Left on 8 HP, and they will try and crunch in, but as you can see, that was the only A defense they had. Soga holding them off here. Good for one. Should surely be enough, right? There's only 2 left. Hardly any HP to work with. Even into the 2-on-2, I don't fancy their chances for it. NCL. Got to win this. Oh, he just about. Combined HP of 22 here for the remaining T-side players. It's a little more than the CTN. Both playing headshot angles. And Gas, he knows where NCL is. No idea of machine gun. And that is the double peak that will spell defeat. Mongols evening up the scoreline.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much that he could do there on that in that 1-on-2. I'm surprised he didn't just back out and save, to be honest. The M4 would have been maybe a little bit more useful in this round. I guess it's tempting knowing that they're both so low as well. Hoping a mistake will be made, but Mongols just didn't give him an inch. Either way, it's a full eco. A few pistols being upgraded, that's going to be it. A couple P250s in the Deagle. This should be pretty smooth sailing. It's going to be mid-aggression. Been spotted. I thought he actually hit that jump peak, but apparently not. We'll get a follow-up shot eventually. NCL mows down a couple, and well, it looks like it's about to be ended. The question is, can Martin maybe take one more? And oh yeah, he can. He got aim punched as he killed Sogo, so I couldn't even tell. Either way, nice shot. 4-3.
Alright. Straight back in, Wings Up. We're going to need a little more out of the T side than this. Mongols map pick, certainly showing why they look way more comfortable on this map than I feel like they have done on any other map of the day. Of course, we caught them in our first series as well, so far watched 3 different maps, 4 in total. Nuke twice. Kind of keep people updated. But yeah, this was the map that was, you know, banned immediately by YK. Mongols picked it immediately, obviously, and they really are showing why. So, I'm liking it.
Yeah, definitely seem a bit more confident. This might be the slowest Dust2 I've ever watched it. These 7 rounds feel like they've dragged in, of course, with the slow defaults being played out, but with not really much in terms of the CT is taking early fights. At least in the more recent rounds now. And does he spot it? Oh no, apparently not. Okay, nice little pick by Machine Gun. It seemed like he was expecting it maybe, but just didn't actually have the confirmation, the visual confirmation that the boost was in place. And well, let's see what's happening over on B. Bingo manages to fall back, pulling Yami into the bait. Suddenly it's a 4-on-3. This might be Wings Up chance to get themselves back on the board. I like that Child King is actually just willing to give up the bomb site. They just want to keep this man advantage. They do have a kit to work with as well, but they don't have a ton of nades. Oh, doesn't really seem to matter though.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was a pretty good read to get towards the A-bomb side, but Gas is gifted a frag. Earns another one, and yeah, they're just set up to trade because they've got the manpower. Pretty solid stuff. 4th round coming through. And as we said, Wings Up, we needed to see something from them relatively substantial with the rifles, and that's a pretty good one. It's not super clean, but they'll be happy to get it. Mongols, a few mistakes being made though, so we'll see again the whole replication of those types of rounds. You never really know. Wings Up now is the time. And now is, yes, definitely the time, because arguably more important than the last, right? You've knocked your loss bonus down. It's going to make it really, really difficult if you let this one slip. So, Mongols hoping to get straight back in. We'll see. Child King, this time able to make it across.
Yeah, we're not even really seeing the early long control actually being taken off the spawns at most. Just a little bit of a peak coming in. It does seem like the Mongols are happy to just play out slow defaults into the short control most of the time. Bit of aggression actually up on short. This is a change up from Lan. Catches the first kill, even gets the attempt at the second. Won't quite land, but he's kept them busy. He's taken an advantage. He slowed them down and forced them to use a ton of utility as they go to gain that short control, because they'll have to be, at the very least, cautious of the op having stuck around.
Short seems to be the port of call here, but pretty expectant, right? Gas is there. Lan can get here pretty quick. 45 seconds. Again, as you said, pretty slow Dust2. Small fake flash coming in. It looks like they're attempting B play from what we can see. Keeping attention on towards A, but I mean, 2 players locked in on B itself. They have an idea that it's coming through. Great little angle here from Bingo. Might remove the B part of the split, but Martin going to fall fast. Yami will go down. A key second from Bingo. Massive stuff. Can't stay alive, though. Runs out of ammo. Only the 10 seconds, 3 versus 2. I don't think they're going to be able to deny the bomb plant away, but all the same, it is a man advantage, and that is exactly what you need going into the retake on this notoriously hard to retake bomb site. Machine Gun now all by himself, and he's overwhelmed. There you are, wings up, securing a couple in a row.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if Wings Up can just keep the back and forth going, although they are on the CT side and it would be somewhat unfavourable, they'd still come out with an okay half because they're up on 5 here, so really 2 more, 7, you're looking pretty decent. Obviously, there's a chance they can maybe just start running away with a lead of their own if they can actually take this one, though, so Mongols are going to do their best to fight back in. They've got, again, the op to work with. NCL's left on a Galil, but he'll make do. Machine Gun consistently towards the top of the scoreboard for them whenever you look. No matter what map it is, it seems. Nice pick by Martin. And it was the man I was just discussing, unfortunately, that's taken out early on. I mentioned this before. Oh, a bit of a whiff from Magnums. That was a big chance. He's looking at to be dead, to be honest. The damage won't help either way.
Yeah, kind of difficult. Kind of difficult. Wings Up starting to hit that groove once again. Yami going to get flash through mid pretty fast. Bingo is here with, you know, some mid presence. It's something they've not really had. Lan as well, watching the crack angle. So I don't think Yami makes it past, and he kind of knows it. They cannot afford to lose anyone else, although he's going to re-aggress in. What's the move here? Interesting smoke. Ah, there's the secondary AWP, though. Martin will take his head clean off from the top of the scaffold. So starting to solidify the round more and more. 50 seconds left. They group up to short once again, but once again, I think it's going to be a big challenge to break into the site here. Even get that bomb down, to be honest with you. Player in at Goose. He will be mollied out, and NCL, big kill. Gas still alive from the backside, though. Molotov splits him up. Flash coming through. Can't get another. Not a bad little move, but there's just too many bodies, right? You'd assume need NCL to pull off some more heroics here. And it's not going to happen. Players in from short. Bingo looking for his third, and he will indeed get it.
Yeah, that was a bit crazy. I was starting to get a little bit scared when Gas was just kind of stuck around the smoke. He goes down without being able to do anything. But as you said, there's just too many people. The smoke that Gas was working around, while it kind of doomed them because he didn't know where exactly they were going to peek him from, and he could just be spammed. It done enough to just get the extra 4 to 5 seconds that he needed for his teammates to be there so that they could finish the round off. He wasn't too hungry to ensure the kills were his specifically, which is always good to see. As the Mongols are AFK. Have they timed out?
Uh-oh.
They might be on land together, perhaps. So
yeah, I think we may have lost connection. And the funny thing is, No one on the opposite side will know.
They'll know soon. Just
yeah. Well, they're in the process of timing out. Then as well, if there's like no stop called, I mean, I don't know. Surely an admin.
But they were all
picks it
gone
up
before
here
the
and
freeze
sorts it
time
out.
ended, so I'm
definitely
fairly sure that it's
and no damage, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. But yeah.
You heard the chat lighted up with typing. Sorry, bad time to yawn. I think they've realised. They're like, what the hell's going on? Yeah, I'm not too sure how long it's going to take to get this restored.
They've disappeared. Now we'll get the match medic in, but obviously we need the players to come back as well, so...
So yeah, it's confirmed all of the Mongols lost connection. That's unfortunate, and it does mean that they're all playing together on the same connection, which I guess is a positive. Adds to the atmosphere. Or could make it worse if things are going really bad. Are they in the server? Not.
I'm not sure. I think the HUD's just not quite updated.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Wasn't sure though.
No, they are not. Thank you, Mr. Observer, for the nice cam path to confirm.
Not sure how long. Do we have any information on how long we should be waiting here, Mr. Producer? Okay, so we've just had it confirmed, unfortunately, that they're waiting on the internet to come back up right now, so that means we don't actually have an ETA on when we're going to be getting back into things. So because of that, guys, we're just going to go ahead and send it over to a little bit of a break. As soon as the players are back on the server, we'll be getting you live. I understand you want to get back into the game, and there'll be plenty of spam saying get the game going live, but trust me, it's not that enjoyable to cast a game 5 versus 0, so we'll wait until the other team is in the server as well. Stick with us.
always on my mind.
Hello everybody, welcome back in. Sorry about that, of course. Not much that we can do on our end, but Mongols are in pretty quick. Not too long of a wait. Few deegs in play for this round as well, so not expecting too much out of it. We never really were, and the first going to fall to Martin on that secondary AWP.
Lan gonna join in, getting a couple for himself as well, and, well, yeah, it's not looking like they're struggling at all against this weaker buy as you'd expect. A bit of a pause, that really can shift the momentum. You've got to feel a little bad for the Mongols. Obviously, Wings Up are sitting around as well, but it was the Mongols who overall seemed to be having the slightly better time. Obviously, it had begun to shift and it was a bit more back and forth just before the timeout, but they were still keeping the pressure on, really. So we'll have to see whether they're still in form now that they're getting the guns out again. Magnums should be able to get the op if he wants it. It'll be with body armor only, but he decides against it. Just goes for the AK instead. Interesting considering they know they're up against a double op setup, so I'll have to see. We'll have to see how they decide to deal with that now. Well-placed flashes can get the job done, but still.
Bringing these shots off, yeah, they're pushing into it. And he will get caught. Not good, not good. Gas in from the backside, gets all three. Lovely stuff. And he's just saved the round with that one. Yami, they were breaking into us, they were going for it. He's going to get two of his own, but he's not ready for the third. Chaotic rifle round, to say the least, but Wings Up again. You could argue lucky, but they will keep getting these very close rounds, very tight rounds, keep getting them in their favor, and it is indeed, as you can see, making all the difference as the lead continues to grow.
Yeah, leaving the Mongols slightly worried, I'd imagine. If they lose this gun round, then it gets really out of control, and at that point, Wings Up are going to be looking good to start running away towards a 2-0, so you cannot let that happen. Wally down, a bit of a spam on the corner, does some damage, and well, it sends Gas running wide, where Machine Gun, of course, is waiting with his crosshair. He's just hoping to hit a nasty flick through the smoke, as you can see. And actually pushed up top mid. Decent find. Catches them running back for the bomb. The secondary up in the hands of Martin catches a kill in towards lower tunnels as well. And suddenly it's a 4-on-3. Very good recovery from Wings Up. And well, Mongols now just left with all three players in towards long. It's a collateral. It's only one kill initially, but he does the damage. Could fall back to the pistol at this point, but he doesn't realize how much damage he's already done. And he's just trying to delay, basically. Seeing if he could hit a flick rather than trying to actually compose himself. Eventually will do so once he's given a little bit of freedom to crouch down. Once his teammate was there alongside him to help as well. 9-4. That's one way to do it. It was a good start from the Mongols, and it just crumbles then as soon as they lose a player afterwards.
Yeah, looking kind of rough, isn't it? Really not good, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it's similar to the way we saw things go down on Nuke. They lose the stride, lose the, well, I mean, the one rounds, and ultimately they can't get back there. Fast out long. Apprehensive to go through the smoke or round the corner. They know the AWP is most likely to be there. He's going to go creeping in, which is a very dangerous move. He misses the shot, gets tagged, misses another, and falls. It's a lot of information traded off, I guess, but look at this, man. On the backside with the Deagle, can't find it, though. Gas, thank God, just check the angle. They will recover that AWP back, though, and now it gets very, very scary. Have to be careful with how you approach this. Bingo going to run out of ammo. They don't have anything for the cross, at the very least. That's the small saving grace. Martin could have a field day here. But still, Mongols up by 1. And looking to convert that man advantage into the round, of course. How are they going to do it? Oh, it's tough to tell. Maybe if the AWP scopes at the perfect time. Machine Gun will trade him out. And now it's down to just the A1Ss. They're in close proximity. But surely you'd say they can't get this done, right? Bingo's very low. Well, I was going to say just catches Yami. Somehow doesn't even get one bullet onto him. All the same, it's now just going to be Gas against 3. Now just 1. Oh, and he gets it just as NCL fades back round the corner. Massive round from Gas. Again, he's bailed them out of so many situations like this.
That had to have been the worst timing ever, though, for Martin and the spawn, man. Just, that's a tilter right there. He's not going to land another shot all game after that. Yeah, I mean, the bomb at least goes down, so they're able to get another buy. They have a chance of still coming out maybe with the 5 rounds at the half, but no matter what, Wings Up have managed to get it towards 10, and that wasn't looking too likely once the Mongols did start waking up. Unfortunately, after the timeout, they just haven't been able to get going again. drop in towards mid. They found some good success actually in mid earlier on with a couple entries. It was then once Gas pushed the CT smoke that they ended up getting kind of destroyed. So I'm wondering whether they can perhaps just focus for the openings here and then slow it down afterwards. And that's exactly what they wanted. But I think Gas just pushed through the short smoke perhaps. I'm not exactly sure what way he approached that. Either way, he comes away with the 2 kills. And, well, 10 health, which isn't ideal considering they are still in a 3-on-3.
Looks like they want to shape up towards B here. Lan. Smoke fades. He's going to have the quick flank bingo in on the site itself. Has to be careful because he get caught. Flash will come in, makes it a bit weird. Lan. Catches the AWP. And now they have the pressure from behind, but they've relieved it from the front. And they still have the bomb, thank goodness. So they're going to continue to push in here. Molly goes down, and now Gas is 10 HP. Really does become a problem. Bomb plant, nice and easy. Full battle utility for the low HP player, but I mean, Molly's keeping them at bay. Yeah, I don't think you win this one, to be honest. I guess. It's tough. Gotta move in, gotta do it. I think Lan was even thinking to save. He's moved on to the AWP at the very least. Oh, and talk about timing. We'll get traded. Sogo, all good for 2 here, surely. Gas on 10 HP. Knows where he's at. Gotta know that he's a bit low. Just playing the time, and to be fair, Dink does land through the box there. That's unfortunate for Gas. Could have been the round. Sogo is just messing with his food here. Will go down, but there's no time for the defuse, and there you have it. 10-5 at the turn of the half.
Yeah, I mean, at least they get the 1 round that is going to give back a little bit of hope, and if they can pick up the pistol round especially, then they'll have momentum to carry forward, but only time will tell. Unfortunately, we're going to have to send it over to a bit of a break once again. This time, though, it will only be a couple of minutes, so make sure you stick with us.
Hey Future Pros! Having a good A exec on Dust2 can make your life so much easier. So today I'll show you the Na'Vi A exec, which they pulled off perfectly on a force buy. To do this exec, you'll need 4 Future Pros, 4 smokes, 3 flashes, and a molly. Future Pro number 1. You'll be throwing the Xbox smoke to help your team get short control. To throw the smoke, get into this back corner. Crouch down and aim at this shadow. Then stand up and jump throw the smoke. Now get your team to get short control, but be careful as there could be a pesky CT chillin'. Future Pro number 2. You'll be throwing the one-way smoke, 2 flashes, and a short molly. To throw your smoke, get into this corner. Aim at the bottom right corner of this window and throw your smoke. Then put your back against the wall and aim just to the left of this part of the box while crouched. While still crouched, jump throw your 2 flashes. These flashes will destroy a close long player. Once you have thrown the flashes, quickly lob a molly back towards short as you could be getting fast flanked. Future Pro number 3. You'll be throwing a CT smoke, a site molly, and a flash to get you down to the CT ramp. To throw your smoke, get into this doorway. Aim to the top corner of this building and throw the smoke. Then throw your molly from behind the closed smoke just to the right of the palm tree and it should molly sight. After that, underhand a flash into CT and hop down with it. Try very hard not to blind yourself or your team with this one. Then sprint towards long and get a free kill onto the long CT who is hopefully playing close. Keep advancing and take full long control as this will allow your team to plant for long if you succeed. Finally, Future Pro number 4, or FP4 as I like to call it. You'll be throwing the closed short smoke along with the flash for sight. To throw your smoke, aim just in between these 2 boxes above the barrels. Then get close to the box and underhand throw the smoke. It looks like a moving throw, but I assure you it's not. You can throw the smoke more safely, but if Bit lives on the edge, then you should too. Throw your flash off this wall, which shouldn't blind your teammates, but will flash a CT trying to advance on the smokes, and then take the site. Give this one a crack offline, but I'm sure all you Future Pros will be able to nail it down after at most 20 attempts.
back. I need you to stay by my side. Feel like I'm been floating, comfortably detached. Will you stay if I lose my mind? And I want to let go. Don't let me even if I try. But I need you to know that I don't want to lose this high.
10-5, as average as it gets in terms of score lines. Of course, wings up, they will be looking good moving into the T side of their opponent's map pick. Decent enough CT end. Not too many slip-ups in terms of rounds. Mongols. Pressure is on, work is on, though. You can see they're already a map down. They've already lost a series today. So they will be out if they lose this one. All for naught. And this was their pick. This was the one that they wanted to move towards. We've got heavy long presence coming in from wings up. They are not wasting any time with the cross smoke. Getting in, playing aggressive, getting the Glocks up close. That's exactly what you want. First kill comes through. Second as well for Child King. And, well, Martin's going to chime in for good measure. His P250 on the gap in between the smokers, making mincemeat out of them. And now it's just Magnums, and he is not long for this world. A flawless pistol to kick us off in half two.
Yeah, there's not a ton to do in terms of breaking that one down there. I mean, they kept it pretty simple. Here's some nice shots. Even delayed it on long. I mean, they were taking the long-range duels. The USPs had a couple of chances to maybe pick up some openings. Just weren't able to land, unfortunately, and it's a very convincing pistol round from wings up. The Mongols with nothing really here in this one. It looks like they're going to take the full eco to try and get that buyout as early as they can, but as we had pointed out before, that means the buy will have very few nades behind it. And it means it'll be 12-5 already as they get that gun, the guns out, of course. Let's see, they've got one flasher and a bit of a stack gun. Looks like they're going to put it in towards short now. Maybe they can get a couple kills, steal a weapon or two, spiral out of control, who knows. They can get an AK especially, maybe they can get something done.
Yeah, we'll see. Don't have too many high hopes, taking it fast as well here on the T side once again. Straight up mid. Oh, USP Brigade in behind. Larry nearly one for it, but unfortunately goes down. It's only the Mac 10 so far, and it looks like it's only going to be the Mac 10. Yami was moving from long, I believe. Quick ding. Surely not long as well, though. Really, making them work for it, but they will take him down. So there you are. 12 coming in relatively simply.
Yeah, I mean, it was only, what, $200 investment with the one flash coming out, so the Mongols can be okay with what they were able to get done for what they had, but things up aren't going to be worried. It all comes down to this first gun round. Without it, the Mongols won't even have a chance to start a comeback, let alone make one actually happen, so it's going to be a rough one for sure. Flashes out long. Heavy contact from both sides, yeah. Smoke on the corner, not actually going to do for the T's as they would hope. Instead, it works for Sogu with the counter spam, and they can leave one player deep in on long. They can fall back off and shift into a bit more of a regular setup now, as they have a 5-on-4 that they're going to be feeling pretty comfortable in.
One would assume so.
Although they have so few nades.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, we'll see. And, you know, in terms of 4v5, it's not the hardest map in the world to turn them around. Not thinking about B. What are we thinking here? Walk out mid? Seeming pretty easy, but what do they want to do with it? It is going to be a B split, but a pretty heavy emphasis on the B side, so timing really has to be important here. It can be very easy to just mow these players down. They're literally just contact flashing. It's pretty obvious as well. NCL not blinded at all. Run-of-the-mill stuff here. Yami looking solid. Child King will catch some flanks. Bingo needed that frag. Now it gets possible, doesn't it? Now it gets over the top. Machine gun and magnums. Need this round, boys. Absolutely need this round. Tags coming in. Big damage through. No kit available. So more and more time being bought by a Molotov like that is worth its weight in gold. They will go flying in, not expecting it that fast. Bingo, good for one. Chowking just trying to buy the time, really. Machine gun creeping up on him. Chowking not ready for it. Will go down. And there's just about enough time to get that defuse in. Really did need it. It's super costly, though, Dean.
Yeah, it was a weird one. I mean, probably could have just tried to swing for the refrag off his teammate's death, but yeah, they ended up pulling out the flash, and it didn't really do very much. It just bounced back and landed in behind them on the box itself, so it just ensured that he had to make sure he looked away for a moment. It was a weird one, but in the end, it was still only one player who survived on the Mongols, so their money is still pretty terrible. I mean, they can buy back up, of course, but you see a scout. The M4s at least came out. The nades are better than they were in the previous round, so while they have what they need for now to try and make this round work, they have nothing in the reserve, so there's a chance for Wings Up to just immediately strike back and basically put an end to them. The Mongols, on the other hand, they win this round, should have an 8th at least off the back of it. Who knows, slowly but surely you could start believing in a comeback then, maybe.
Yeah, it's just such a tough follow-up round, isn't it, really? Magnums tagged, lucky to be alive. Control, secure, dodgy spray down from Sogo, and that will make all the difference here. Because it's not just a man advantage, it's a pretty comfortable one at that. Gas does eat the bullet, but sends one back out. Looking good, 5 on 3, and I mean the bomb's not even anywhere near this. It looks like they might try and make a short play, make a mid play, we'll see.
Oh, lag on towards machine gun already. Swings and actually manages to get the kill through the smoke. Okay, not bad. This is surprising, but considering the short push is also coming in, that car player had no chance of getting to safety. And I was going to say that Molly should lock NCL out. Actually lands at the smoke instead. Yami's footsteps are heard. And, well, it's just headshots all across the board. There we go. 13-6. Wings Up immediately strike back, as I said. They had the chance to do, and it's an eco again from the Mongols. They'll have to allow Wings Up to take a 14-6 lead. And they'll need to be flawless.
It's looking tough, to be honest with you, Dean. I can't lie, mate. Like, it really is not looking good. Wings Up, I think, just, you know, performing better here in this series. A little warmer from the IHC game, maybe. I don't know. But considering this is the pick of the Mongols, it's really not looking like it. And as we talked about, the difficulty, the danger, it's not warm enough. You got a player like Gas demolishing you round after round, winning clutch after clutch in that first half. It can be very hard here to keep it going. Some nice frags coming through, but nothing too substantial. 14-6. They need, what, 4 or 5 rifles, I think, to convince us that they can pull this back, and they need them kind of in a row. So, yeah, and it's going to take 2, to be fair. Not as many as I thought. 2, maybe 3 to break that Wings Up economy.
Yeah, I mean, it's doable. The economy's not amazing. 2 would do it, for sure. I mean, even just the 1 would already leave Gas on low money. And Martins wouldn't be amazing either, so there's a possibility they could start getting a few more rounds at least, but the entirety of the comeback is a bit of a different story. They just don't have room to make any mistakes at all, and that's not the style we've been seeing from them so far. It's possible to play like this and be flawless in your approach. Tend to be a little bit crazy. Very slowly taking the short control. Interesting Molly.
Well, we'll see. Basic short move, but they've kind of been baiting it and edging towards it a couple times so far this half. Big damage, but no frag. Machine gun left low as well. Does well to get Child King, to be honest. Meanwhile, out on B, nice little lurk. Not going to get the bomb back there, though, fellas, to be honest. There's 2 players left to deal with. Bloodbath towards short. Incoming. Sogo had to pop off and he can't. 8 HP machine gun. Can't do it. 15-6. Series point. And tournament point, of course. At the very least in terms of staying alive.
Yeah, it's not looking too likely considering they have so little to actually put up a fight now here in this round. A couple scouts actually. We get a double scout setup. 3 FAMASs. Famoi? I don't know. Either way, they haven't got what they need. That's the main thing. On control early being found. Never really seen this from the Mongols, as we were saying, either on their T side. They were always playing the slower defaults into the short control. Seems like Wings Up are more than willing to try and just pounce on any opportunities a spawn might give them. That is good to see. As Lan,
though.
Apologies.
Sad, mate. Sad he's opened up. So it feels like the beginning of the end, perhaps. See? Not going to. It's fine from Sogo, but the AKs are up. It's actually 2 from Sogo. We'll see. Flank, machine gun. Oh, narrowly misses out on the opportunity. Maybe trying to steal more than he bargained for. Not going to happen for him, at least just yet. You know exactly where he's at. Nice little pre-fire from Sogo. So maybe we're going to survive. Child King with 3 to find. Ram down a bit low. They've got the upgraded weaponry now as well. Not really looking too good. Moving in from short. The Orc watching that smoke, and he will fall. So they stay alive at the very least. We've still got 8 more to get, though.
Yeah, still quite a ways to go. But it's still a start. So I don't think they're going to be complaining that they've got a chance now to make this comeback happen. No matter how slim it may be. Of course, this is the elimination matchup, so if they can make this comeback happen, it would be with the highest of stakes at the moment. Bingo. Spots the fall back. They were heavily committed out along right there. Unfortunately, he's not able to land the headshot, but he does do some decent damage, at least on towards Yami. On top of that, obviously, they get the early long control. Never too bad. Looks like they're keeping everyone heavily committed, bar, of course, the player in lower tunnels, though. We haven't really seen an attempt at taking the short control later after getting that early long control based on the spawn, because they're getting long pretty much every round. That's a certainty. If they could confirm the short control as well, then it might make things a little bit easier on the push into the bomb site, rather than just the one late lurker after they all try fight long and trade it, basically.
Very close to the action here. Might not be expected. Flashy with smoke coming in, and machine gun. I thought he would have been heard, but not going to be the case. MCL backs him up. 4 on 2. There is that lurking presence here. Gas. The one. They're both just hiding their heads. He hears the step at the last second, but can't get the kill, and now just land. 3 to find. A bomb to recover. And, well, a triple peek to get through. Not going to happen. So here we go. With no consistent bomb plants, we got Wings Up Gaming. No money. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is. I'd probably force it, to be honest. You got so many rounds, you might as well.
2400. I mean, maybe you could do it, but it'd be a bit unnecessary, because if you force, then if you lose that, you're on the eco. You have to give them a 10th. Suddenly, when you got the 5 rounds, you see they're on double digits. It can start to become a little bit worrying. When you can just go for a few pistols here and then get the full buy in the next round with decent switch behind this. So I think I'd probably stick with the eco as well. The question is, can they make this eco worthwhile? Because they did invest into quite a few pistols. Try it at least in lower. And well, they're attempting to bait the final couple players in to finish them off as well. Well, he should do it. No, he gets away. Just about.
Big man Martin got himself an A1S. Child King's got himself an AK. Surely Child King just goes down as soon as he moves around this corner, or prematurely. Magnum's gonna have a little lucky. Martin's also gonna fall, so anticlimactic in the end, but you know, a couple kills. Mainly just kill bonus vibes, to be honest. Mongols, they don't really care how the rounds come, just as long as they keep getting them. 6 more in a row for Mongols to take us to overtime and tempt out that third map. Still, for a lot of us here, feeling said and done, right? Unless you are a major fan, this has got to be all she wrote, right? It's still got that degree of inevitability.
Yeah, I mean, it always feels like that when it's 15-9, 15-10 along those lines. We'll wait for another couple gun rounds when it's 15-12, 15-13, maybe at that point, maybe I'm believing as Lan gets the opening kill. See, that's the problem. One round where the opening kill doesn't go your way, the pressure suddenly starts to mount and maybe mistakes start to slip in elsewhere as well. I just noticed Magnums is having a shocker of a game.
It do be like that sometimes, mate. It do be like that.
Still.
Magnums. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's so damn important, right? Oh, bro, and he's just not
Bingo.
quite zoned in with it as he's pulled away by the run boost. 5 on 3, that might just be the game. The bomb is actually looking to go B. So they may be overthinking things ever so slightly. To be honest, maybe not, because Mr. Machine Gun's going to get to around that smoke. Martin trading one back, looking for the other, and he's damn close. There it is. Beautiful stuff from Martin. Meanwhile, bomb's going down on B. Not a chance for NCL. Locked out, finished off. 16-9 and a 2-0 for Wings Up. Mongols, they will be knocked out of the qualifier. No spot at ESL Challenger Melbourne for them. However, Wings Up still alive. Still got a chance at it here, Dean. So, fair enough. And I mean, deservedly so, right? It took a lot for them to get back into Nuke. But once they did, the 16-12 is kind of a deceiving scoreline. And then, you know, obviously they're on their opponent's map pick of Dust2. We'd been maybe waiting for it all day from Mongols. They really wanted to play it. And when they did...